Week 8 of the high school football season takes us to Wilson County for a great in-county rivalry this evening. On the Tennessee Army National Guard's My TV 30 Friday Night Rivals, presented by Dr. Pepper. And tonight we've got the Lebanon Blue Devils hosting the Mount Juliet Golden Bears. A pair of 6-1 teams clash on their way to great seasons. They meet tonight with Mount Juliet trying to extend a 12-game winning streak in this in-county rivalry. Good evening, everybody. So great to see you here for some high school football. Max Hers along with Titans legend Brad Hopkins in for Josh tonight. Brad, great to see you. Looking forward to a great
Always
game.
Great to be out here doing some Friday Night Lights action. Two 6-1 teams battling it out. It's going to be some.
Welcome to tonight's AHN Friday Night Rivals, presented by Clearview Federal Credit Union.
From Mount Lebanon Stadium, it's AHN Friday Night Rivals, presented by Clearview Federal Credit Union. Tonight, the Central Catholic Vikings visit the Mount Lebanon Blue Devils in a battle for 6A supremacy. Hi again, everybody. Dan Watson, joined by former NFL quarterback Mike McMahon. Mike, you start with Central Catholic. 5 straight wins, and Gannon Carruthers has been doing it in all 3 phases of the game.
Yeah, we got the chance to see him earlier this year against Pine Richland. Very strong, very fast. He's got great vision, catches the ball well out of the backfield.
Gorgeous night for football on the campus of Spain Park High, Jaguar Stadium. Crosstown rivals center stage here tonight on the Drummond's Company Friday Night Rivals, presented by the Jefferson County Department of Health. Undefeated Hoover Buccaneers taking on the Spain Park Jaguars, looking for their 2nd win of the season. Hello, everybody. I'm James Red, along with Reggie Torber. Reggie, you've played in national championships, you've played in Super Bowls, but nothing beats an old-time crosstown rivalry.
No, it's nothing like it. You know, get to go out and compete against guys that you grew up with. But we have 2 teams in very different situations. You have Hoover, who is pushing toward a state title, and you have.
It's the Timberwolves of White Knoll versus the Silver Foxes of Dutch Fork, a Region 5 5A battle, and the Sonic Friday Night Rivals heads to Lexington for tonight's ball game. Coming up. Greetings from the Wolf Den on the campus of White Knoll High School, where the Timberwolves will host the number 23 nationally ranked Silver Foxes of Dutch Fork High School. Hello and welcome to the Sonic Friday Night Rivals High School Football Game of the Week. My name is Stacy Huff, along with my broadcast partner Joe Cashin here tonight. And of course, it is a region matchup. That's not to be overlooked, but Dutch Fork riding a long streak. Everybody wants to knock them off. Timberwolves have a shot tonight?
They do have a shot, but the D word isn't thrown around very often in high school athletics, but it is with this Dutch Fork team, and it's called Dynasty. 5 consecutive 5A state championships, chasing a 6th.
It's a Region 6 3A showdown as the Lafayette Ramblers visit Ringgold on Dr. Pepper. Friday Night Rivals on the CW Chattanooga, presented by CHI Memorial. Hello, everybody, and welcome to Don Patterson Field in Ringgold. I'm Chris Goforth alongside Scott McMahon. Glad to be with you tonight for this Region 6 3A showdown. Scott, Lafayette made the playoffs last year. First time in 27 years for the Ramblers. And for Ringgold, the Tigers unbeaten on the year. They're talking about a first ever region championship.
Yeah, they haven't been 6-0 since 19.
Your
SEFCU Friday Night Rivals, presented by HSHS St. John's Hospital on CW23.
Good evening and welcome to SEFCU Friday Night Rivals, presented by HSHS St. John's Hospital. I'm Paul Wappel, along with ABC News Channel 20's Matt Roy. We're at Southeast High School, where the Spartans will host the Normal U-High Pioneers in a Central State 8 matchup. Matt, what do you think about tonight's game?
Well, it's going to be between two teams that are on the lower tier of the CSA, but they're coming in off basically 2 weeks off because both of them got forfeit victories due to cancellations of COVID-19 last week. They're both going to be ready to play, get on the field, and be ready to go, really.
And it might be a little warm tonight. What do you see as the SEFCU keys to tonight's game? SEFCU is your key to getting a new home loan.
Well, Southeast is going to have to keep up with the running game. They play a 3-3-5 defense, which is usually built to stop the passing game, but
it's a special Thursday night edition of Tower Hill Insurance Friday Night Rivals, presented by your local Honda dealer. I'm Jerry Vanna, sitting in for Jeff Cardozo, former All-American and Gator great Shannon Snell to our side. We're excited for the final game of the season, and we could have a high-scoring game this game.
Yeah, super excited right now. We get to see the Buchholz Bobcats, one of the best teams in this area. We get to see the Santa Fe Raiders again, who get their quarterback Landon Rogers back. So I'm excited to see this because it could be a high-scoring game, a lot of fireworks, getting ready for the playoffs next week.
Exactly. So let's take a look at the Sonny's Barbecue recipe for success. Sonny's Barbecue, local pitmaster since 1968. Santa Fe airs it out.
Yeah, we're talking about Santa Fe right now, and, you know,
Penn State Health Friday Night Rivals, presented by Edgar Snyder and Associates.
Week 3 brings us to Roscoe Warner Field out of the Lancaster Lebanon League Section 2. The 2-0 Manheim Central Barons taking on the 0-2 Susquehanna Township Indians out of the Mid-Penn Colonial. It's the Penn State Health Friday Night Rivals, presented by Edgar Snyder and Associates. Hi, everybody. Great to see you. I'm Phil Shaner alongside Tom Ferguson, and Manheim Central is back to being Manheim Central. First losing season since 1974, a year ago, but they're off to a 2-0 start. A big reason for that, they're all statewide receiver.
Yeah, when you're in trouble, go to the sure hands of Owen Sensenig, your all statewide receiver and cornerback. 11 touchdowns last year on 31 grabs in just 8 games. Now with 11 catches in 2.
So it's Hollidaysburg kicking off. State College winning the opening toss. They decide to receive the football here tonight. Temperatures in the upper 60s. A gorgeous night for high school football. There's Ben Sosnowski. Big leg for the Golden Tigers. He's set to kick it away. And the always dangerous Deshaun Green and Brandon Price are back deep for the Little Lions. Excited for this one. State College and Hollidaysburg should be a good one. A lot of athletes on both sides of the football.
Yeah, it should.
It's time for Southern Nevada high school football.
Wow, that was hit of the year. What a good-looking quarterback this is.
Just one of these gladiators of the gridiron will remain standing. This is Seplay's Smart Home Thursday Night Lights, presented by Terrible Herbst.
Hey, the lights are on at Shadow Ridge High School. It's the setting for a really good game tonight. Arborview and Shadow Ridge, two teams that love to run the football, and we're really anticipating a close football game tonight. Brian Blessing, Kenny White, Alex White's on the sidelines for us this evening. We're looking forward to it, and we think the keys to the game with the gridiron guide, Kenny, for Shadow Ridge, they want to get Henderson on track. You know, this is a guy that can lug the mail, but this
Welcome to Spartan Stadium on the campus of Brookfield East High School. It's a Greater Metro Conference battle tonight as the Brookfield East Spartans host the Marquette Hilltoppers. Good evening, everyone. Along with Terry Kelly, John Weiser with you. Glad you're along for Week 8 of our Heiser Automotive Group Friday Night Rivals presented by Landmark Credit Union. This has always been a good battle between these two schools. It's been nip and tuck. The 6 of the last 8 games settled by 4 points.
Yeah, 3 or 4 points. Been the case with Marquette this year. They lost a couple of real close ones in the conference by 3. Who gets over the hump tonight?
Certainly, that's the point here tonight with Marquette has been that consistency. Inconsistency has been the consistent theme.
Got to watch how we say that. No, it's...
Hill Kelly Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram Friday Night Rivals, presented by Wendy's.
Good evening, everyone, and welcome once again to Friday Night Rivals, as you heard, presented by Wendy's. I'm Christian Garman with Jeff Price. Tonight we find ourselves at Tate High School, where the Washington Wildcats have made the trip northward. And Jeff, this is going to be an interesting game, if for no other reason than because of some of the off-the-field stuff this week. You know, Tate already having a difficult season at 1-5, 0-2 in district, and then head coach Jay Lindsay stepped down at the beginning of the week. And you do have to wonder how much of a distraction that might have been this week.
I don't care what anybody says. It's a distraction of some sorts. Now, here's the thing. Do the players come out and say, we're 1-5, our coach just stepped down, you know what, let's just try to get the season over? Or do they come out fired up for Coach Williamson? That's what I'm eager to see tonight.
Frank Williamson stepping in now as the interim head coach. Meanwhile, for the Washington Wildcats, they're having a pretty good
and capture 5 state titles over the years. Region 5 belongs to the newly named Redhawks if they soar to victory on Friday Night Rivals.
This is the America First Credit Union Friday Night Rivals, presented by R.C. Willey.
Good evening and welcome to North Davis County, where winter has apparently arrived. But that will not at all diminish the enthusiasm of these two teams as Bountiful visits Northridge with Region 5 championship implications on the line. Dave Fox along with a very happy Frank Dolce. He's in Alema's Max Shack because Alema's got a benefit to take care of tonight. Tony Parks will join us on the field shortly. And Frank, anytime there's a region title up for grabs, it's an exciting time. And you know what? In this weather, you know, the ground game might benefit.
Dealers of the Carolinas, Friday Night Rivals presented by Talk It Out NC. And tonight we climb to the peak of good living for a matchup between a couple of teams looking to jumpstart the year. Holly Springs, Apex Friendship. Hi everybody, Patrick Johnson, ECU football alum Jason Halter. Welcome in. It's great to have you with us. When you look at these two teams, both are trying to get going after slow starts. Apex Friendship, what do they have to do to win 3 in a row, Sonny?
Well, this is a rivalry game, so it's going to bring out the best of both sides. For Apex Friendship, they've got to have balance on the offensive end and keep Holly Springs, you know, kind of on their heels. And for Holly,
540 Sports presents Bojangles Friday Night Rivals. Tonight, the Gaffney Indians versus the Dorman Cavaliers.
For the second straight season, we bring you the premier classic Palmetto State rivalry showdown that is the Dorman Cavaliers and the Gaffney Indians. Just a moment ago, our coin toss taking place as the Cavaliers and the Indians under the direction of Dan Jones and, of course, legendary head coach David Gutschall on the other sideline. That coin toss turned out this way, Tom, as Dorman and Gaffney have taken the field here. And by the way, our coin toss, as always, one of the sponsored elements brought to you by Childers Heating and Air Conditioning for all of our South Carolina-based games. We thank the folks at Childers Heating and Air for the coverage of the coin toss. Dorman, as you can see, won the toss. The Cavaliers decided to defer. Gaffney will get the football first.
Yeah, they are, and they're a high-powered offense.
This is QFS Transportation Friday Night Rivals, driven by Cruz Chevrolet on MyTV Charleston.
James Island's dubbing this the Respect Bowl as we welcome you to Bob Hayes Field for James Island's visit to Wando. Week 1 of the high school football season. QFS Transportation Friday Night Rivals, driven by Cruz Chevrolet. I'm Darren Goldwater. This is my good buddy Dean Stevens. Respect Bowl is fitting. This rivalry in all sports goes back a ways.
Oh, it doesn't matter. Football, basketball, baseball. These two teams do not like each other, these two schools, and that's what makes it tonight, week 1, so interesting.
Braxton Scott doesn't know this rivalry too well. He's only a sophomore, but he's got the reins of this James Island offense.
Just a 14-year-old kid starting his first game at quarterback tonight. But I think both teams are at a disadvantage. They haven't played a whole lot. They didn't get a lot of scrimmages in because both teams have been in quarantine.
There's a lot of buzz about both of these teams. The reason for Wando, Des Loring can pretty much do everything.
Gotta love the first name Des, but what I also love about this guy, he's gonna run the ball. He's electric, but he also can come out of the backfield and catch the football. He had 11 total touchdowns.
You're watching the Ortho Carolina Friday Night Rivals presented by Cap Ed Test Prep. Tonight it's closing time for the high school football season, and a pair of bitter rivals are ready to face off in the regular season finale. From Philpott Stadium, it's Thomasville visiting Lexington. And welcome to Lexington, North Carolina. Chris Edwards, happy to be alongside Mark Covert and delighted to have you with us. Mark, we'll start our conversation tonight with Thomasville. The Bulldogs could finish first, second, third, or fourth.
What a night we have for high school football. It's a showdown in the OH in the OCC tonight as week number 7 takes us north for a showdown between Dublin Kaufman and Olentangy Orange. Good evening, everybody, and welcome to Honda's Friday Night Rivals as presented by Columbus State Community College on the CW Columbus. I'm Randy Reinhardt alongside the football professor, Jeff Logan. And Jeff, we finally worked our way to the OCC.
Yeah, and we found two very prideful programs, Randy, with a great history of going to the playoffs. Now, that's probably not going to be the case this year. None of these coaches figured that they would be where they are now from a record standpoint, but I can promise you this, none of these kids have
This is the UTV 40 Ford Friday Night Rivals, sponsored by Mullinax Ford.
Each week during the 2020 season, we wondered if we'd have high school football. This week, we really wondered.
We did.
If we'd have high school football. But there's one game tonight, and it's a big one in 7A Region 1. The top two teams both undefeated here on Friday Night Rivals. Theodore and Murphy tonight. Big boy football here on UTV 44. Good evening. I'm Jim Cox, my partner, Dan Brennan. And each week, we say we're glad to be here. What we've gone through in the past 3.5 days, we're really glad to be here.
Yeah, what do you do in South Alabama after a hurricane in the middle of a pandemic? You line up and play football.
Of course.
That's what you do, and that's why we're probably going to have another massive audience watching this one. Just look, well, those who have the power to do it, just looking to feel normal for 2 or 3 hours tonight.
Yeah, the only game on the schedule in Mobile and Baldwin County tonight. And again, it's a big one, Region 1, 7A style, big boy football, as we said. Theodore comes in, Dan. They lost the first game of the year to Sarah.
Toyota's Friday Night Rivals, driven by your local Toyota dealer.
It's a brand new season and a brand new school, but the same great Friday Night Rivals crew. Hello again, everyone. Welcome to Churchill, Tennessee. I'm P.J. Johnson, along with Sports Director Casey Getz, as we get ready for West Ridge versus Volunteer. And Casey, some people might be saying, what in the world is a West Ridge?
West Ridge is the new school in Sullivan County. It's a consolidated school that formed with Sullivan South, Sullivan North, Sullivan Central merging together for West Ridge. They have around 2,000 students, and they have a lot of them here tonight for their first game in school history.
Some of the keys to the game. This quarterback, we saw him last year running over folks. He's about 240, but he can do it. What's his name, Case?
Ethan Bergeron will be the starting quarterback for the West Ridge Wolves. He was the starter last year at Sullivan South.
And when you flip it over to Volunteer, they have a quarterback as well that's pretty well known in these parts.
Yeah, Garrison Barrett and Coach